Hello students, once again welcome to English Literature Classroom. Today my topic is Birches, written by Robert Frost. Okay, take out the book Reverie, a collection of ISC poems. And first of all I will tell you the meaning of birches. Okay, it's for class 12 chapter 2, that is poem number 2, birches. Now what are birches? Birches are forest trees with slender branches which bend down towards the ground. Now let me tell you something about the poet Robert Frost. Robert Frost was one of the distinguished American poets. Okay, Robert Frost was one of the most distinguished American poets. His poems frequently employ setting from rural life in New England. Okay, not North England, New England. His poems frequently employ settings from rural life in New England. Now let's start line to line explanation. Look, I have divided this poem into 5 stanzas. Okay. Now, let me start with the first stanza. When I see birches bend to left and right across the lines of straight dark trees, I like to think some boys have been swinging them. Okay, now what is the poet telling? The poet observes birches bending to left and right across the lines of straightly erected dark trees. Now he imagines that some boy has been swinging them, and it is because of the swinging the birches are bent down. But then reality dawns upon him. He says that birches cannot be bent down permanently by the swinging of the boys. Okay, swinging of any boys. Okay, now he's telling that it is because of the ice storm. Because of the ice storm, the ice has settled on the birches, and therefore the birches are bent down. In other words, only the ice storm can bend birches permanently. Now look the second stanza I am telling. Okay, in the second stanza the poet is telling that when the wind blows, birches swings up and down with the clicking sound. Okay, when the wind blows, the birches swing up and down with the clicking sound. The ice on the birches shines. Okay, ice on the birches shines when the sun ray refracts. Okay, now these pieces of shining ice resemble pieces of broken glass. One would think as if the upper dome of the heaven had been broken. Okay, what would one think with the shining of the glasses? That the upper dome of the heaven had been broken. Now look at this third stanza. Okay, I am telling about the third stanza. With the burden of the ice, branches are bowed very low. Okay, with the burden of the ice. Actually, with the burden of the ice, birches are bent very low. But they will not break. Okay, they will not break. They are bent down, but they will not break. They are bent down so much and for so long that they are not in position to straighten themselves. Now, for so long time, the birches are bent down. Okay, now they cannot even straighten themselves. They keep the now. Poet has compared this bending of the birches with a girl. Okay, they keep their leaves trailing to the ground. Okay, like the girl sitting on their hands and knees, spreading their hair over their head to dry in the sun. Look over here. Okay, over here it is shown. Soon okay, like here. Okay, girls on a hand. Okay, with girls it is compared. The bending of the branches of the birches are compared to the girls sitting on the hands and knees, spreading their hair over their heads to dry. Now, in this last stanza, what is the poet telling in this last stanza? Speaker knows the reality of the bowed down branches, but still he tells that it is the boy. Okay, it's not the ice storm, but the boys swinging of the boys only bent the birches down. Okay, the poet is thinking that perhaps a boy had gone for cattle grazing, and as he is a rural boy, he does not have anything to do. Okay, so he has been swinging in the birch tree, and because of it, it has bent down. But actually, we all know that birches are bent because of the snowfall. Okay, and because of the burden of the snow, it has bent down. Now this shift from reality to imagination underlines the fact that the poet prefers the world of imagination to the world of reality. Okay, now this page I have taught today, only this page. Try to read it again and again. Okay, try to read it again and again. You will understand. Okay, until my next video, goodbye.